Hey, dear students, how are you doing today? This is Professor Varun Shenoy, your faculty for skill development, leadership development, employability skills, so on and so forth, signing in today for a very important skill that is essential for you to develop, known as group discussion. Yes, my friends, that is group discussion skills, which is absolutely essential for any university student to nail the round of interview. As you all know, that the first round of interview is aptitude test or competitive round, written examinations, and the present round post that is group discussion. Okay, so let us understand the theoretical aspect of a group discussion before I do the simulation of this group discussion in classrooms to you people. All right, so to make you understand the practical, rather initially theoretical background of a group discussion, I have found you this book, Group Discussion. The author of this book is Mr. Anand Ganguly. I am 100% sure that should be available in Sapna Book House or Landmark Crossword or any bookstores for you to take a copy of it. It's only 88 rupees. 88 rupees, which is affordable. So I will explain you that what are the things that is needed for a group discussion to succeed in a group discussion and emerge as a winner. So let us start with what is group discussion. First of all, group meaning a contingent, discussion meaning a conversation. So group discussion refers to a common meeting of people wherein there will be a facilitator or moderator. The facilitator or moderator is generally a human resource personnel of the organization where you are giving your interview. If it is a government sector, it is generally the agency that will be moderating or facilitating the discussion. So basically, group discussion is a common place where group of people meet to discuss each other's proposition for agreeing on a contract. It could be employment contract or any business contract, or investors for a new business, or interviews. Any objectives can be met through group discussion. So group discussion refers to conversation between two or more people. For a group discussion to take place, there should be minimum three people. Remember that. Three or more people is considered as group discussion. All right. So your friends will be there in the group, your acquaintances will be in the group, but it has to be professional. You have to win this round to move on or to advance to the next round in an interview. Now, here there are certain do's and don'ts in this group discussion process. So, let us understand what a human being or a participant can do in a group discussion. So, the first and foremost thing in a group discussion is you have to listen to others. it is not necessary to initiate a group discussion. If you know the point of the topic that has been shared by the moderator or the facilitator, you can initiate. Else, you got to wait until the moderator or the initiator initiates the discussion. So listen carefully. As I said, initiate the discussion if you are familiar with the topic. Intervene if the discussion is turning out to be hostile. It reflects your leadership. So, hostile in the sense if the discussion is going above topic, beyond topic, or outside topic. If you have some points to say, for example, dear all, I believe that we must stay to the topic of the discussion. That will add your substance to know that you've got some leadership abilities in you. And always speak to the point without repeating. So once you have made your point, that is it, that means it. Okay, so you should not repeat your sentence one again and again in a group discussion, and always back your points in a group discussion with relevant facts and appropriate points and figures. So facts, evidence is as absolutely essential, or justification. Why did you tell that? Okay. I feel that technological knowledge is essential for a new graduates. That's why online class experience is justified, for example. So you can speak like this if there is a point in a group discussion. Okay. Technological skills has to be picked up by graduates. So going through a online class and experiencing Google Classroom and other technical nuances is essential. That's why you are making a point by giving a evidence to it. And you should be participative and reciprocative. So participative in the sense, at least when the discussion is going on, or the argument or negotiations is going on in a group discussion, you must be able to say, yes, I agree, I endorse that, I endorse this, so that it will keep you very active in a group discussion. So you have to keep yourself participative and reciprocative. Reciprocative in the sense, if somebody asks you any question, what is your thought in it? What do you feel about this? So you must be able to answer back, I feel, or my thoughts on this as follows, blah blah blah. So, and always think before you speak. Okay. So you have to get a picture of your point, which you are going to share it with the group, and only then, once your mind gives you the image or the points, you must be able to speak. In group discussion, it is a no rules conversation inside the framework of the topic given by the moderator or facilitator. Moderator or facilitator is the HR or the agency who is doing the recruitment in both private sector and public sector. And group discussion generally comes from the second round of written test of aptitude or competitive examinations. So say what you feel without going in favor or against. There is no need to make appropriate point. I favor the initiator or I go against the topic. You just need to speak what you feel about the topic. Be yourself. In a group discussion, you have to be yourself. You should not imitate anyone because that will clash with your personality. Every human being has got his or her personality. So when you imitate somebody, their personality will come and clash and conflict inside you. As a result, you will be unable to speak. So these are certain do's in a group discussion, my dear friends. Now let me explain you what are the manners or etiquette which you should not be doing in a group discussion, very essential, which will may take you to negative points if you are indulging in this not doing stuff in a group discussion. Let's find out. Do not be loud or aggressive. So generally a student, when he is going to take up a job in a industry or a company, he has to be assertive. He should have a harmonious tone. Never be loud or aggressive. Aggression and loudness are called as negative qualities in industry. Okay, so that is one lesson. Secondly, don't be over enthusiastic, because sometimes out of anxiety you may forget. the point that was already been prepared to launch by your brain. Do not interrupt other speakers. So if you are interrupting other speakers, there will be black mark, and it proves you that you do not have patience or listening abilities or listening skills with you. So please sharpen your reading, writing, speaking, observation, concentration, and focusing ability. These are the basic things in a communication: reading, writing, speaking, listening, focus, and concentration. Don't change your opinions very often. You can change your opinions at least once or twice or maximum thrice in a 8 minutes group discussion. But if you keep on hopping from opinion to opinion, it gives a picture to the moderator or to the recruiter that you aren't stable enough in your thoughts. You have a volatile or fluctuating personality, which is not good from the viewpoint of the business. Okay, please remember, in your job you are going to serve your employer or the government, which they want a stable or focused decision makers, and never ever exhibit your emotions. I am 100% sure that since you are coming from a family setup without work experience, you get into this kind of a discussion, and some topics human resource team purposively gives you to know how far you can go. Okay, so do not exhibit your emotions if the topic is emotionally sensitive. You have to be a professional. End of the day, you are a professional. So a professional learns to manage his or her emotions. I've already told you in the previous class that emotional quotient and emotional management is absolutely essential for any graduate students or job seeker passing out of a university setup. Okay, so these are certain do's and don'ts of uh, group discussion. So after this theoretical explanation I have given to you on group discussion, I expect my students to perform simulations of group discussion where there are topics will be given in the classroom, and we'll also be having certain moderator. Okay. Okay. So if you have any doubts on this, please write it down so that I will answer this once the actual or the regular classes begin. All right. So prerequisites of a group discussion. So what you have to prepare to become winner or a confident fighter in a group discussion. You must have appropriate knowledge or abundant knowledge. That is why during the aptitude class session I told you, you have to sharpen your geographical knowledge, general knowledge, general awareness, and current affairs. So, current affairs on politics, legal knowledge, corporate business knowledge, stock market, the purchasing power parity, the economics, the demand supplies, so GDP. So these are certain things you should brush up in addition to basic mathematical knowledge also. So second is your presentation skills. So in a group discussion, it will be either a round table or it could be a straight on table. So straight on table is generally you should see it in the board meetings, and this round table is mostly on the conference rooms, so that all the minds come together and discuss what is about the topic, synergize their thought, and come up with a final solution. All right. So round table and perpendicular table are the straight line table are the two important tables for a group discussion. In a perpendicular table group discussion, there will be face to face, whereas a round table it will be round circular people. So you must be mentally strong to put your thoughts on either of these two tables to emerge as a successful negotiator, debater, or discusser, or whatever you would like to call it. So presentation skills also involves tie in your group discussion that will add professional value, a full-handed shirt. Okay, and if you want to be extra professional, oversell your professionalism, then you have to be wearing blazers, then always clean shave, look presentable, look give a hope or determination to the opposite party that they would like to discuss business with you, or they're interested to look see your hiring skills for their company, and always have a well combed hair in a group discussion. So that's all about your etiquette and the dressing skills. Then the manners include do not prick your nose or do not prick your ears, or keep a neutral face so that the listener is not disturbed. Okay, so that is about the presentation things which I would like to tell you. Then body language, I just said, be cooperative, polish your communication skills. Then yeah, so this is all about the preparations for a group discussion, how you should be ready. All right, now let's understand that what are the kind of topics that could be fired to you people, so that you sit and discuss what kind of topics you can basically expect in a group discussion. Okay, so first of all, it all depends on the moderator or the facilitator, how he or she would like to gauge you or measure you in terms of your knowledge, your speaking abilities to come to a conclusion. So, the kind of topic which you can expect in a very general sense, or let us say in a very small sense, where you are aware of this topic but you have shied upon to speak. For example, arranged marriage is preferable or love marriage is preferable. So the moment this topic comes, you have to make a stand. You have to make a stand based on the pre-existing knowledge that you had on this topic called marriage. So arranged marriage is preferable or love marriage. So these topic should allow either you are in from your existing knowledge to know whose side you are going to take. Sometimes what happens is when the topic is thrown upon you in a group discussion, you will not be having a pre-existing knowledge on that. So at that moment of time, you must be a listener so that the initiator begins speaking, and then you must be able to build on the thoughts or inputs that was shared by the initiators and challenger, and add to it through your own knowledge or by linking it with other knowledge and start speaking. Okay, so then whether live-in relationship or legal marriages, so this is one topic over here. Is legalizations of abortions in this country justified? Online class versus offline class, but generally in a placement interview or in a job interview, you don't expect any topics on education until and except you are applying for a lecturer job. Possibly education related questions on group discussion is going to pop up, but if you are focusing on the corporate job and group discussion, then there won't be questions. There will be questions like whether freedom of the press is challenged or it is measured as it is. So these are the kind of topic which you must be ready for. Whether Indian railways should be privatized or not. Yes. So your pre-existing knowledge, if you have, it's always good to initiate or challenge. But if you do not have knowledge, you have to wait for the team, group discussion, people to start and then build on your knowledge. So pre-existing knowledge can be developed only when you are active in your general knowledge, clear aptitude test always. Okay. So this is general topics which comes, which is related to your general things. Then you have the domain knowledge topics. When I say domain knowledge topics, you have sales or marketing. A leader is born or made. Okay, management or accounting, which is superior. So there will be topics related to your subjects to do group discussion. If you are basically taking up jobs either as a lawyer or an accountant or an auditor, for there the group discussion will be focused on the domain knowledge. All right. So whether it is a subject domain knowledge topic or whether it is a normal colloquial or general topic, you must be able to hang on and crack the group discussion for success. All right. So I explained you the do's and don'ts of group discussion. I gave you the meaning of group discussion, my friends. I told you how to prepare for group discussion. I also touched upon what are the topics that may come in group discussion. Now I will give you some secret mantra which your mind can comprehend or what exists in a general group discussion. Based on my experience in industry as well as in professing, I have found out in any group discussion there will be four characters which one individuals can assume or don. So if you are a neutral participator in a group discussion, so I would like to tell you the first person who starts or begins with the discussion topic is called as initiator. The person who is against the topic is called as the challenger. Okay, so challenger is the one who is against the topic, and initiator is the one who got substantial information and is for the topic. So initiator and the challengers will start the discussion where they argue, where they negotiate, where they debate in support of the topic and in against of the topic. Then you have the leadership guy called the defender. So defender or the negotiator is somebody who negotiates or defends his points, and he keeps status quo between the initiator, challenger and the topic, and supports for and against and both the version of the topic that is thrown upon for the discussion table. Then we have the fourth one is called as wild card. So these wild cards are very mildly spoken and sometimes they spoke only in words or one or two sentences. But the peculiar nature of wild card is that these people take a stand when the group discussion comes to an end. So when the moderator or the facilitator says, "All right, guys, it's only 5 minutes to close down the discussion. Make your points." So wildcard by that time must have heard the challenger, the initiator, and the defender or the status quo keeper, and finally he makes his points and takes a stand, which gives him the competitive advantage for the HR to know that yes, okay, this guy is also very intelligent and logical. So depending on the situation and circumstance, I urge my students to take any role. So it's not that you should be a wild card only. It's not that you should be only you are a challenger. You can facilitate any role based on whatever is comfortable and convenient to your personality, your attitude, your knowledge, and you as a person. So, my dear students, this was it for related to group discussion. I believe you understood good information. Please make a note of the doubts you have. Watch some group discussion videos in YouTube. And once the college begins, meet me, and so that we can have simulation and solve all your fear, your nervousness, and make you a first class speaker, public speaker, group speaker, and different kind of communicator. So have a good day, stay safe, and hope to see you soon in the class. Bye bye. Bye.